NBA, hope is drafted in June. It arrives in the form of handshakes, fresh jerseys, and 19-year-olds grinning beneath oversized draft caps. For struggling franchises, the draft isn't just a talent grab, it's a lifeline, a chance to change everything with one name. But what happens when the name you call doesn't want to be called by you? Ace Bailey and the Jazz are living that story as we speak.
The Utah Jazz select Arius Ace Bailey from Rutgers University.
As you will see, this has happened before, but never quite like this.
And these were the two guys we really wanted. So we feel very fortunate, very excited to have them.
I mean, I can control what I control, so how they feel.
This story isn't just about a player and a team. It's about what happens when destiny refuses to bend to tradition. Bailey's story isn't your typical welcome to the league moment.
Up the floor, Bailey and Davis, two-man game on the line to Ace Bailey, punishing the rim. 31 tonight for the freshman sensation.
It has been a cold handshake from the start. Before the draft, his camp had made their preferences clear. He wasn't interested in joining franchises like the 76ers, Hornets, or Jazz.
Hey, Sixers! Come to the Sixers! Sixers! Come to the Sixers! No way!
He preferred the Wizards and the Nets. Not because of money, but because of fit, because of vision.
This was led by his longtime manager, Omar Cooper, who we're partnering with on this. And Omar really, focused more on fit rather than going third in the draft kind of thing.
Because at 19 years old, Ace Bailey believes he should have a say in how his story is written.
It back, and now Bailey with a steal. Bailey on a breakaway, and he hammers it home.
He skipped workouts, he ghosted meetings, and let it leak that if a team like Utah drafted him, he might not even show up.
Hey, he told one of the top 5 teams not to pick him. And I'm thinking, where are the adults to help this kid?
Then came draft night. The Sixers were on the clock and decided to heed his warning.
The third pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select VJ Edgecombe from Bimini, Bahamas and Baylor University.
Then came the Hornets, faced with the same choice, and just like Philly, they passed.
With the fourth pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Con Knipple from Duke University.
Unfortunately for Ace, Danny Ainge, the CEO of the Utah Jazz, was picking next, a CEO with balls of steel.
With the fifth pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Arius Ace Bailey from Rutgers University.
Question with Ace Bailey was never about his talent, but simply where would the Big Ten all-freshman selection end up? And now we know.
What followed was uncomfortable silence.
This was not one of his preferred destinations, Utah.
Bailey barely celebrated. No instant Utah hat selfie. No big smile. Just a look that said, this was not the plan.
I mean, I can control what I control, so how they feel, but to my team and me, me focusing on the basketball and them doing what they're doing, so it happens.
This kind of pre-draft defiance is rare in the NBA, but it's not unprecedented in the world of professional sports. In 1994, the Milwaukee Bucks drafted Glenn Robinson #1 overall.
The first pick in the 1994 draft is Glenn Robinson from Purdue.
After that, Robinson and his agent famously demanded a 13-year, $100 million contract at a time when there was no rookie wage scale.
Big Dog Post won Rookie of the Year.
Absolutely. Yeah. The only reason he didn't win it is because he held out for the money, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
You do your homework on it.
Yeah.
We say the same. You do your homework. He averaged 22 points a game as a rookie.
The Bucks stood their ground, and the standoff between the two parties ended in a historic 10-year, $68 million deal. Had Robinson signed what he wanted, he would have made more than Michael Jordan in his prime. After this, the NBA was forced to implement the rookie salary scale in the 1995 CBA, effectively killing future rookie holdouts over money. That same year, Juwan Howard had also refused to sign his rookie deal for months with the Washington Bullets, missing preseason and the early part of the season. However, both of those battles were after the handshake. Ace Bailey's came before it. What he did, discouraging teams from drafting him, refusing workouts, and skipping the teams entirely, is more in line with how NFL quarterbacks act than NBA rookies. Eli Manning, John Elway, two football legends who told the teams that drafted them, thanks, but no thanks. In the NFL, top prospects have long wielded their leverage like a sword. In 2004, Eli Manning made headlines when he refused to play for the San Diego Chargers.
Right off the top, Eli, why don't you want to play for the Chargers?
We're not really giving details right now. We've made our decision, and that's what we're sticking to.
His family, armed with influence and strategy, warned the franchise not to draft him. They did it anyway.
With the first choice in the 2004 NFL Draft, the San Diego Chargers select Eli Manning, quarterback, Mississippi.
Minutes later, he was traded to the New York Giants.
San Diego Chargers and the New York Giants have exchanged their draft picks, Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers.
His true destination all along. In 1983, John Elway pulled a similar move. Drafted first overall by the Baltimore Colts, he made it clear he'd rather play baseball for the Yankees than take a snap in Baltimore.
I want to give myself the best chance to be the best quarterback that I could, and I looked at that organization and what they were doing, and I didn't think that was going to give me the best chance to show off my talent. Not show off my talents, but to win a Super Bowl.
The Colts had no choice but to trade him to Denver, where he went on to become a legend. In both cases, the message was the same. You don't control my future, I do. It works in the NFL because quarterbacks are the heartbeat of a franchise.
4th and goal. Mahomes gonna walk in. Touchdown. Mahomes fires. Running. Xavier again. Worthy for a touchdown. Number 1 has 2 tonight.
They're rare, high-stake investments. When they speak, teams often listen. But the NBA, it's a different game. The NBA isn't the NFL. There's no re-entry if you refuse to play. There's no strong positional leverage like a quarterback has. In this league, if you get drafted, that team owns your rights. And unless they move you, that's where your future begins. Ace Bailey is learning that lesson fast. The Jazz, for their part, are holding firm.
The Jazz are not going to be trading Ace Bailey. If he's playing in the NBA, he's playing for the Utah Jazz. That's just a matter of fact. That's just a matter of the circumstance right now.
They knew Bailey's camp had issued warnings before the draft. They drafted him anyway, believing that talent, once picked, comes around.
Ace Bailey, first of his college career. Step back. Adds to it. That is the cherry on top right there. Good night.
We'll see if he suits up for them for Summer League and what follows after that. The truth is that this relationship will need time, not just to grow, but to heal. Because the Jazz didn't just draft a player, they drafted tension too. And Bailey didn't just get selected, he got redirected. The big picture here is that Bailey's saga might not be an outlier for long. As players enter the league younger, more branded, and more connected to powerful agencies, the draft isn't just about who picks who, it's becoming a negotiation of power and purpose. And for better or worse, Ace Bailey may have just opened a door. One where elite prospects attempt to control their destiny by planting flags in the ground before the draft even begins. Whether you see it as empowerment or entitlement depends on your lens. But one thing is clear, the future of the NBA draft may no longer be as simple as a name called and a hat worn. Sometimes the player doesn't want the team, and sometimes the team doesn't care.
I think that the noise around the draft process might have changed or clouded some people's perception of you. What do you want people to understand about Ace Bailey, the person?
I'm a humble young kid. I'm still growing. I'm still learning a lot of things. So I just want to believe in God every day.